God, goddess, morning, day, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you see this, friend. Wine, 𝐷𝑂𝐸𝑆 best friends. How are you vibing today? Hope all is well, no matter your vibe and frequency. For those of you who are new, 𝐷𝑂𝐸𝑆, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, 𝐷𝑂𝐸𝑆 Prata, welcome. Black is for expansion. Welcome to my channel, Becoming Wise Gal, a real, following my soul vibe. I am the rare black unicorn, a real journey in these social media streets. And my channel is an astrological tarot audio visualization. On my channel, I break down the energetic effect and effect that the spiritual realms have on us in the cosmos, all just so you can have a better understanding of your haters, friend, of your money situation, of your love life, of your health, overall, you, friend. And I do this via tarot and astrology. Specifically the moon, because the moon is connected to our subconscious, where we consciously, subconsciously live day in and day out. Overall, friend, I spill the energetic detox tea so you know how to move in these energetic and physical streets. Bless. Now, today I am going over the energetic effect of the waning moon overall, but specifically the waning gibbous moon, which is why I put my sun in this thumbnail. Why? Because when we tap into self, when we work on ourselves, which is the purposes of the waning gibbous moon, or the waning moon phase period, you know, it's all about you healing your inner child, healing your inner self, healing your soul, healing your energy, healing your mind, healing your emotions, just healing you overall. Right. So with that being said, the whole purposes of the full moon, the full moon going into the waning gibbous moon phase is all about us energetically. We're leaving like the summer season. That's what energy was in prior to the full moon. And when the full moon comes around, that's when everything should be balanced out. Because see, during the waning moon phase, we're detoxing, we're releasing, we're healing. Sorry about that. That was my son. He wanted to jump in and do an audio debut. But as I was saying, that's the whole purpose of the waning moon phase. And then when the waxing moon phase comes around, that's what all the inner work that we did, the new you, new me, new everything, new energy is going to be what you reflect out. Or supposedly when you are living a subconscious and conscious life and / conscious subconscious life, if you catch my vibes, friend. So when the full moon comes, we're leaving the summer season, because this whole purpose of the summertime is when everything comes to balance. # full moon, when things come into fruition, you know, physically, when your plans start to take off, or you see more progress, or the things that you're trying to manifest as far as your goals and your dreams, you see all of that come to fruition in the physical sense, as either physically as something tangible that you can actually hold and see, and or energetically tangible, meaning like you feel the difference, you feel progress, you feel more balance, you feel healthier, you feel excuse me, stop. Okay, and then as I was saying, so we're leaving the summer season when the full moon comes around, and then we start the waning moon phase. And the waning moon phase, specifically the waning gibbous moon phase, is us energetically shifting from the summer season, where everything internally should have been being reflected out externally, and we should be balanced. As within, it is throughout, as above, it is below, right? So whatever did not balance out is what we're working on during the waning moon phase period. But specifically with the waning gibbous moon phase, we're working on that in our mental body, in the mental aspect, which is us shifting from summer season into the fall season. So with that being said, as you already know, throughout my videos, I already say that the whole spiritual or energetic purpose, however you resonate to it, friend, of fall is to work on our mental body. And that's because everything starts with then the mind. Whatever you imagine, whatever you think, how you think, it's all connected to memories. It's all connected to thoughts. It's all connected to emotions and vice versa. That's within you. But as they say, what you think is what you become, like, and things like that, or what you eat is what you become. Think whatever, you know the saying. But with the whole purpose of fall season is to work on your mental body, because once you balance out your mental body, then you're able to start that butterfly effect of transforming how you feel and how you act and or respond to life in itself, as far as externally. What no matter if it's a high vibrational positive experience or it's a low vibrational lesson experience, you'll start to handle it better, because now you are operating from a more stabilized, balanced, peaceful mental state of body, of mental mind, your mind. So with this week, we're wrapping up, currently we're wrapping up the waning gibbous moon phase. But during the waning gibbous moon phase, my higher self had downloaded to me, this is like Hierophant energy. Why? Because the Hierophant and tarot is those that been through it already. It's big businesses. It's all about tapping, going within. It's all about what you believe. It's the number 5 energy. It's also ruled by Taurus and Earth. Why? Because, and I feel like Taurus rules the Hierophant, because as they say, what you believe is, it's kind of what I was trying to say earlier. You become what you believe. So if your mind is always focused on the negative, therefore you're going to always have low vibrational thoughts. You won't be as self-motivated. I don't want to just say motivated, but self-motivated. It's harder to self-motivate yourself. It's harder to inspire yourself. So therefore you're going to seek inspiration and aspiration from other people, more so than looking at yourself and looking at what you've been through and what you've overcome, what you've released, and what you're reflecting out, and having a better understanding of why, especially when it comes to the fall season. Because rather we're going through the fall season physically, during the months of September all the way through December, or energetically with every time the waning gibbous moon phase specifically comes around, which we go through every month. So like they say, opportunities always is around us. The God of your understanding is always providing us with opportunity, because we all constantly, every month, we go through certain phases, we go through certain cycles, we're giving different challenges, we're giving certain tests. So that way every month you can level up and, ascend, as a lot of people might say when you listen to like more spiritual videos. Ascend, transcend, transition, however you look at it, friend. But every month we get a chance to level up. But you have to do the inner work first, because you will not see any progress in your physical life. And no matter what situation you are in, it could be, like I said, a high vibrational situation or a low vibrational situation. You won't see that progress until you do the inner work. And then once you reach a certain level that you are happy with, it's not like your work is supposed to stop. The inner work it's not, okay, well, now how do I maintain this? That takes work in itself as well. So back to the waning gibbous moon phase. as I said, this is Hierophant energy all day. This is ruled by the Taurus zodiac, and has an earth element this week, because this is the week where, because we did not balance out what we needed to balance out during the previous waning moon phase, and it did not come to balance, and we did not reflect that during the waxing gibbous moon, not waxing gibbous, but during the waxing moon phase, then that means we need to go in within our mental, and just like they say in when it comes to the fall season, it's all about seeing, okay, where you was good at and where you was not good at. So this is the week that we ask our whys, friend. We try to figure out our whys. What do I say a lot? So every week when the waning gibbous moon phase comes around, I started a new thing where my higher self downloaded it to me. She said, ask your whys. Why is my energy off when it comes to trying to, I ain't gonna say trying, I'm trying to delete that word. Why is my energy off with this goal, with this desire? And then also, why do I want to accomplish this goal? And why do me and my higher self have this creed, this belief, and why do I have this belief that I can do this or I cannot do this? And if I feel like I can do this, is my energy aligned with it? Is my thoughts aligned with it? Is my emotions aligned with it? So this is the week where you think about stuff like that. Am I aligned with my thoughts and my desires, my goals, my aspirations, my inspirations, all of that? And if you have not brought that into fruition, you can't manifest that, then this is the week when you sit down and ask why. Why is my energy off? What is it within me that I need to work on that's blocking it, and or that I'm stagnant in, and so I can release that? And however you release it is, whatever your higher self and the God of your understanding downloads to you. Because you could go and look at all these videos of what people did and stuff. Not saying you shouldn't look at it, but we are multidimensional beings. We were meant to be interdependent. That's the middle ground, the balance of being codependent and dependent, because you can't be just codependent, but you also just can't be 100 to 1000% independent, because at the end of the day, we all need each other in some type of way, in some type of aspect of our lives physically. We're all here to teach each other something and help each other in some type of way per our soul contracts that we made, as well as that's just part of the mission, of life, period, as I've learned so far. But at the end of the day, you can't be too independent, but you also can't be too codependent. And the way the world is set up, we are very codependent upon each other for so many things. For example, this week I had realized I was looking for something from someone to do because I felt like they should be doing that. But that made me realize that the reason why that within that relationship and that experience, I was not getting what I expected from that person and thought that that person should be doing, it was all because of the simple fact that I wasn't doing it for myself. Even though growing up and stuff, I could always consider myself for the most part very independent. But as far as financially and physically, yeah, of course, we all need help along the way. But that was my hang up. That was my stagnant energy. That was where I was blocking myself. And that was my universal energetic lesson for this month and this season, because as I mentioned in yesterday's video, as far as the month and purposes of October and the astrological prophecies of this month, is the fact that October physically is the 10th month of the year, but according to when zodiacs were first discovered, it's actually the 6th month of the year. And so with 10, what does 10 mean? Completion. Numerically, it signifies completion. And 6 is finding that balance in between, trying to figure out, because it's the 6th zodiac that was discovered, this month, which is what? Libra. Yeah. So Libra was the 6th zodiac that was discovered. But on a numerical purposes, 6 is kind of that teeter-totter, it's a portion of the yin and yang. Either you're going to rise up or you're going to continue to fall down. Whenever I think of the number 6 and I think of the number 9, it just reminds me of yin yang energy, and it reminds me of the Cancer symbolism, because the symbol, the crab in Cancer, it has that number 6 and then the number 9, intertwined. It reminds me of sperm too. What are you implanting, friend? That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the 6 and the 9, reminds me of the yin and yang, and then in the Cancer symbolism. And it also reminds me of sperm, because it's like, okay, what are you implanting this month? Especially with this month, we are physically in the 10th house, astrological house. And as I mentioned in the video yesterday, the 10th house is all about your careers, long-term goals as far as careers, and it emphasizes your father figure, or the father energy, masculine energy, as well as this month emphasizes how, or highlights, I should say, as well as emphasize how other people will view you. And it's all about your energy. So think about that, friend. So we're in the 10th house, where it's focused on your money, how you're going to get your money, and then how you're going to utilize your energy, to protect, to provide, because that's what the father does. That's father energy. That's masculine energy. How will you protect yourself? How do you provide for yourself? How do you take care of yourself? And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, energetically, that's how I look at money. It's just a tool, but it's a result of your energy. So on a more deeper aspect, I look at the month of October as the month of figuring out mentally, getting to the core of things, your why your energy is off, and how you utilize your energy, which is your money in the physical sense, how you use it to protect yourself, how you use it to provide for yourself. So and that's how, other people will see you. Either you're stepping up to the plate, you're trying to still figure things out, or you haven't figured anything out yet, which is you need to work on your root chakra. Why? Because of the simple fact that you're still trying to figure out life. You're still a baby in spirit. No offense, and I'm saying that with the utmost respect, because a lot of us, no matter how old you are physically, we're energetically, meaning in our souls, we're still infants. We're still trying to figure out life, how we connect to God, of your understanding, how we get ourselves out of situations. And as they say, it's all within, because our souls incarnated as who we are physically and we're just repeating the same cycles of previous lifetimes over and over again. And if you don't believe in past lives, then you're repeating the same current cycles all over again until you learn the lesson that you ultimately need to learn on your self-worth and your self-value. So back to the waning gibbous moon, friend. So like I said, this whole purpose of this week is to know why your energy is off in the mental aspect, because everything starts with your mind. And as I said, this is point blank period, Hierophant energy and the fives energy. It's Taurus energy and it's earth energy, if you catching my vibes. It's all about the inner teachings, your inner guidance, karma, your intuition, your psychic ability, your discipline, all of that. This entire month is focused on that. How you discipline your mind, your mental energy, so that way you can start vibing high and not continuously vibe low. Or if you're already vibing high mentally and you have a high mental control, then how to maintain it, consistently and constantly in a harmonious way, So that's the whole purposes of this week as far as the waning gibbous week. So it also this week is us focusing on our upper chakras, which is the 10th through the 13th chakra, which is the Soma chakra, the crown chakra, the soul star chakra, and the stellar gateway chakra. Why? Because, like I said, we're working on our mental body during the waning gibbous week specifically, as well as overall the fall season period. Because remember, the waning gibbous moon phase gives fall vibes, autumn vibes. Now, if you are not familiar with the chakras, the Soma chakra, that sits around the third eye. Excuse me. I was like, what's a chakra? It sits around our third eye chakra. It's like the halo crown. It's the connection to the spirit guides and ancestors and the angelic realms. It's our 10th chakra. It activates it's activated when we're balanced, when our masculine and feminine energies are balanced within the spiritual realms, meaning your energy. So your masculine energy and your feminine energy is balanced, friend. It also is activated, or when it's activated, you'll have constant flow of guidance by whatever abilities you have that you have. It could be you having clear audience, clear cognizance, clear tangience, whatever your clairs are, friend, because we all are born with the clairs. It's just because we came into this world misaligned, and our whole purpose of life is to align ourselves energetically with our higher self, #mind, body, and soul, becoming one and reconnecting with the God of your understanding. You do all of that through your higher self. The more you elevate and step up to the plate and align with your higher self, the closer you are getting to the God of your understanding, right? So like I said, once the Soma chakra, which is our 10th chakra, is activated, then you'll start to have constant flow per whatever clears you've activated and you remember, and also you use and utilize. Like I say, we're all born with it, but everyone will receive their messages differently because there's different levels of, which one is the strongest for you, pretty much. But the Soma chakra does that. The 11th chakra, which is our 10th chakra, that houses our cosmic consciousness and our connection to the divine. It's how we perceive the world. The 12th chakra is our soul star chakra. This chakra is completely etheric. It's just all energy. That sits about 4 to 6 feet above our head. This chakra is about letting go of all our earthly attachments, including, the physical attachments, our mental attachments, and our emotional constructs. #waning moon phase purpose is for you to release all of that, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. So that way you don't limit yourself. mentally, you don't limit yourself emotionally, and you don't limit yourself physically. Why? Because you've released everything that has been holding you energetically down or contained. You know what I'm saying? Catch the vibes. But this chakra is of enlightenment and in transcendence. That's how you transcend and evolve and become more, as they say, lighthearted. Get your angel rings in some sense, that some people might relate to. But that's how, through this chakra, because as I said, it's about letting go the attachments that we allow into our house, or not house, but yeah, our house, our bodies, just letting it all go that anchored us down. The last chakra that is emphasized and highlighted during the fall season overall, and specifically during the waning gibbous moon phase, because this phase of the moon, once again, is giving fall energy, which is all about working on your mental, is the 13th, the stellar gateway chakra. That's the 13th chakra. This is the one, when it's activated, there is direct link to source, meaning the God of your understanding. And this allows you to have access to all the information as far as energetic imprints that's left in the cosmos, that's left in the universe, that's left within energy. You know, it's all about enlightenment. That's, some people say, gee, what is it? Christ consciousness. But you got to think about it. Christ, just like us, came from the God of your understanding. For those of you who were born in like Christian, or was practice more Western religions, or whatever religion you practice, or diaspora you practice, whatever, whoever you were taught was the savior of people and things of that nature, then that would be that type of consciousness, which in all actuality, I call it goddess consciousness, because that consciousness came straight from the God, that how I understand God, you know, or how you understand God even. But you got to remember that Jesus was a reflection of God, just like we're reflections of God's. We're all some aspect of a reflection of God, and from our understanding of what and who God is, however that resonates to you, friend. But the energy this week is highly ethereal, which is why when we're in the waning moon phase, autumn phase, you see a lot more energies and entities having field days within us and amongst us, because this is the time when we're at our weakest, quote unquote, energetically, therefore physically. It's the part of the moon phase where we release the mindsets and emotions attached to those mindsets, those memories recorded within our internal energetic imprints that we keep subconsciously, consciously, we keep reliving, my throat chakra, but we keep reliving that, because why? It's part of our Akashic records. And we keep renewing physical energetic soul contracts with energies and energetic beings associated and affiliated with those frequencies and vibrations that keep us stuck, that keep us weak in the mind, in our feelings, where we feel some type of way, low vibrational more so. Therefore, our soul, our energy, our life, both energetically and physically. So we just keep reliving the same cycle. So you get reborn over and over again, and you keep doing the same things. Why? So we won't fulfill our individual prophecies, our highest limitless destinies, and why we're blocked. That's why we're blocked. My higher self, 𝐻𝑒, she told me why this keeps happening. But there has been so much, like, it's like I know, but I don't know. If you catch my vibes, like, it's all true. And I say it's all true. Like, whatever you believe in, that's why you can't knock anybody for what they believe in, because what they believe is what they believe per the frequency and vibration they're at in their life at that time and for that lifetime and that lifetime's purpose for them. And it all happened. It all happened. Why? Because time is an illusion, you know? Like I said, and because there's been so much time that has happened in timeless times on so many different timelines that has passed, you know, as they say, we're always in the present, past, and future. It's all happening simultaneously. And so all the things that we envision as far as what's to come, it could happen. Why? Because people keep focusing on that, and therefore that becomes an actual consciousness that will occur. But when people stop focusing on certain things, then therefore it won't happen. Why? Because people are not focused on it. You know, they're thinking from a higher perspective per se. Therefore, you, as they say, you become what you believe. So if you believe that there's always going to be a war or tragic things like that, and things will never change, and we keep operating outside of ourselves and stuff and not abiding by our soul contracts that we individually signed to do what we're supposed to do to actually help ourselves, not only ourselves, but each other in this world, in this universe, in this galaxy, ascend and come out of this type of timeline that we're currently in. It's never going to happen because we're focused on more so of the things that are happening to us externally, as opposed to realizing that this is all because of what's going on within us internally. Why? Because everything is connected. Energy, but why? Because we're all part of source. We're all part of one God. So we're all reflecting certain aspects of life from the understanding that we understand. So in order to release those type of low vibrational aspects and energies, you have to start tapping into yourself, into your mental first. And then you choose from there, okay, what do I really believe? What makes sense? Question everything. That's what this whole waning moon phase period is all about. But especially the waning gibbous moon phase, it's all about, well, why do I believe this? You know, what about this, it makes it true? And what does it make it true for me? You know, does it make sense to me? Meaning you, friend. You know, but like I said, I stopped asking, okay, well, why is things like this and why is things like that? Because it had gotten so confusing when I talked to my higher self about why the world is the way it is. Because when you talk to your higher self, that's like you talking to God. You know, you get those downloads, you get those thoughts. So those thoughts and ideas aren't just like crazy thoughts and ideas. It's your history. You know, it's the truth. It's facts and stuff. Everything can't always be explained in a logical sense, because this world is not 100% logical. You know, you have to remember that it's energetical as well. You know, there's energies, there's dimensions, there's things that's been a part of this world for ancients and eons of times that everybody is trying to study and learn about, but you're doing it backwards. You know, they say the answer is within you, but none of us go within as much as we should to figure out, or at least sit with it long enough to try to figure out the truth to everything. But as I was saying, friend, everything we know is our truth per all the lifetimes of subconscious, conscious thoughts, images, spells, prayers, overall words, which is solid matter that came from emotions, which went scientifically would be volume, and thoughts, scientifically would be masked, and it was utilized to create what we see, know, hear, and have studied and learned thus far to be our individual truth per, like I said, your aspect and your perspective, when in reality it's just a subconscious consciousness that was brought into the light, into the physical realms, the physical worlds, the consciousness of our subconscious thoughts. Like I said, scientifically, that's mass. Everything we have right now, we go through, somebody thought about it, and then they acted on it. Like I said, volume. They put an emotion to it. Everything we do and do not do is based upon our thought and then the emotion that backed that thought. You know, so that triggers if we are going to actually act on something or respond to something or react to something, or we're not. It's based upon our thoughts. And that's what this waning gibbous moon is all about. So that's why my higher self was like, that's why everything we go through is just a thought that somebody acted on, you know, and or responded to. And then it has a domino effect, just like energy. And because we're all connected, we all feel each other's thoughts in some type of way, shape, or form. And we experience stuff with people in some type of way, shape, or form. Some more so than others. It's just dependent on the frequencies and the vibrations you're at, and you know, and that the other people are involved, you know. But as I was saying, it all get our emotions and then our actions, that gives predominantly our emotions, that gives that energy the strength to physically speak and or physically act, aka create. And that's when it becomes a solid matter, meaning, you know, when you see, for example, tragic things that happen within this world, that's all because that person thought about that, and then they had that thought, that idea in their head, and then they had the emotions to back it, and then they move forward in action. And it's the same with positive and inspirational and motivational events that happen in this world, where you see really good positive things. That too, it's the same way. That person had a thought, an idea, they were feeling super high vibrational, you know, they felt really good about it, therefore they moved forward on it, and then there you go. Then we all experience something positive, or at least somebody in their world, they experience it, regardless if it's on a high scale, you know, like on a massive scale where it's worldwide, or just within your community and or your family. And then sometimes you get some ideas and thoughts and you don't move on it at all. Why? Because your thoughts and the emotions that was needed to back those thoughts was not in alignment. You know, you could have had an amazing idea, and then all of a sudden, but because you emotionally and mentally don't think highly of yourself enough and worth going through that idea, then it won't happen. Or if it's even to protect yourself, you know, then you could somebody could be doing something to you, or you could be experiencing something that does not feel good to you, but because you think low of yourself and things of that nature, then you won't do the things that you need to say, I'm worth more than this experience, regardless if it's with somebody else or not, you know. So the whole purpose of the waning gibbous moon phase is all about us releasing those type of energies that keep us stuck and stagnant, the things that does not make us feel good. So that way you can internally start healing. Therefore, you'll start to reflect that healing energy externally, and then you'll start to physically do what you need to do for yourself. So that way you can come up out of those lessened karmic, low vibrational soul contracts you made, and or if you have any high vibrational, well, I ain't gonna say any, we all have high and low vibrational karmic soul contracts going on at the same damn time. But my point is that the higher ones, you'll figure out how to maintain those. So we're always going to be riding the fence. That's our job, to ride the fence, to stay balanced. We're not supposed to teeter too much on one side. We're not supposed to teeter too much on the other side. We're supposed to stay right there in the middle, ride that fence. Not saying to ride the fence like be indecisive, but as far as energetically, stay balanced. That's the whole purpose of the waning gibbous moon. Overall, this week, friend, during the waning moon phase, specifically the waning gibbous moon phase, it's all about shedding all the conditioned construction consciousness we individually know to be quote unquote true while we're traveling within the etheric realms energetically. Because when I looked up the word, when I looked up the what is a waning moon, and I found that the waning moon phase is when we're at our quote unquote weakest energetically in every way, because we're mentally being reborn. The energy is so high and ethereal and perfect because remember, we're working with the upper chakras. We're working in the higher realms energetically. We're supposed to. So the vibration of energy is going to be moving faster. That's why what do they say with the planets that move the fastest? Mercury moves so fast, but the outer planets, they move so fast, it looks like they're moving slow. So, my whole point is things are vibing so fast, it seems like it's moving slow. Hence why we've been taught to slow down and rest when it's the waning moon phase, or in the colder seasons we need to get more rest, or things just energetically slow down. You just want to rest and stay in more. That's because that's what this phase energetically, that's what this phase is all about. Which is why my higher self said is more connected to the fall season when things are about to slow down energetically. Even though physically it looks like it's slowing down, but as far as energy, it's speeding up. It's moving faster. Make that connection between that and when you see people or hear people go through who have mental, emotional health issues, and they're trying to why they have a hard time in the fall and especially the winter seasons, because energetically, mentally, we're supposed to be working on our mental body at this time. So energy is vibing super high, and unless you're in alignment and you're going through the flow and stuff, and you've released all the mental low vibrational energies that's kept you stuck and stagnant, and as time moves on and we move into the next year, into the next season of winter and things like that, you tend to see people suffer the most, because, and even in the summertime, because that's when things are supposed to be balanced out energetically, but when you're not in alignment within yourself, then that's part of the things that happen, unfortunately, in this world, in this time and age. So during this week, and even during this week of the waning gibbous moon, and even during the fall season period, when the fall season is actually in play, energy is literally just pushing us not just to physically rest, but more so be careful of what you're observing and what you're absorbing, because we're very vulnerable at this time, much like a baby, because much like a baby or a toddler or a small child, they're the most powerful energetically because they're the most closest to our God, goddess, parents of all creations. As to we were during this waning moon phase, because we've done the internal work, or you should have been doing the internal work. Therefore, our auras, our shields of protection is weakened because we're rebuilding energetically. Even if you're not doing this intentionally. At the end of the day, the auras is our aura, our shields of protection is lower at this time. So unless you're the type of person that knows about doing inner work and things of that nature, then you're going to get energetically attacked in the mind, spiritually attacked, as some say, just because, and that's where they go to the first, into our minds. That's where all energy exists. Why? Because as they say, that's what you become, what you believe. That's the energy of the Hierophant. The key word for the Hierophant is what you believe, So this week during the waning gibbous moon phase, we want to focus on the Gib and the us. If you get my thing. When I looked up the word Gib in noun format, it said that it's a wood or metal bolt, wedge, or pin for holding a machine part, or it's a part of a machine or structure in place. So it holds it in place and is usually adjusted by a screw or a key. And in verb format, it means fasten, fastens together with a Gib. And then the suffix us, that's characterized by the nature of, and then it says for chemistry, it means denoting an element in a lower valence. So then I was pulled to look up the word valence because that stuck out to me when I was looking into this further. And in noun form, as far as chemistry and linguistics, sorry if I butcher that word, but whatever. But it says the combining power of an element, especially as measured by the number of hydrogen atoms it can displace or combine with. It also says relating to or denoting electrons involved in or available for chemical bond formation. And then in linguistics, it says the number of grammatical elements with which a particular word, especially a verb, combines in a sentence. So this week is affecting, like I said, our chakras. And this week, it's all about, this is where it gets a little bit sticky when people talk about magic and stuff like that. It's not, to me, I'm going to be honest. It's not magic. It's your energy. It's your God-given energy that you were born with. So when you look at the word gibbous and gib and us, and for the gibbous moon, it's all about what are you going to speak into your life? If you go back and look, really think and sit with the word us, the suffix us, and the word give. What are you going to speak into your life to hold yourself together? So that way you can function the way you're supposed to function naturally. Or as what you consider naturally. So that's what this whole purpose of the week, waning gibbous moon phase is, friend. And overall, the fall, even the fall season entirely, because like I said, during the fall season, we work heavily on our mental body. So that way we can vibe high in those higher energies, with those higher energies, and utilize them the way we're supposed to. So that's all I have for you today, friend, as far as the energetic effect of the waning gibbous moon. As I always say, just remember that we are made high and low vibrational karmic contracts. So remember to be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, so that way you can deepen your love for yourself and start loving yourself unconditionally. Because whatever you mentally think and back up emotionally and physically, that's what you create. Friend, so always tell yourself, I am irrefutable, BKA, I am impossible to deny. If you are loving my vibe, you catch my vibes, don't forget to ring my notification bell, smash that like button, smash that friend button, friend meaning the AKA subscribe button. Subscribe. Make sure to choose the all option from that bell drop down menu, so the next time I call to spill the energetic tea, you won't miss my call, babes. Until next time, stay blessed up, friend. And peace, love, and bliss. I'll see you either in the next video or the astral realms. Peace.